Alright. Messed with my settings a bit. Hopefully my computer can handle it. Got a mage. How surprising.
I will fight with honor.
Alright. That's a good 3, but I think we can do better. We got this combo, so we can hopefully use that at some point. Some effect. And we have the synergy on this, so feels promising. And my opponent's playing a 2-mana 1/3. I think I want to get the taunt when it's like relevant. Oh wait, I thought this just had adapt. Oh no! I didn't know what this did. I thought I knew, but I just kind of assumed. It's been around for so long. If you control at least 2 of her minions, adapt. Okay, well, it's a 2/2 into a 1/3, so they should trade evenly. If they don't, then I can finish it off with my ping, but this gets rid of the equality synergy. Maybe that doesn't matter. Well, pretty inefficient play from my opponent. Yeah, I'll finish off with my ping. Gain 1 attack. Maintain my tempo. That's not that exciting though. What my opponent did. This is a good 4. I think I want to get this damage and not let my opponent like get the good trade with the 1/1 in. If that can help it. Alright. Yeah, go face. So this might be a reasonable equality. Like, we can do 2 1/1s in, and then what? Yeah, actually we could equality, and then this guy, so that do I want to do this guy in though?
For the master.
I think I do. Whenever a minion dies, so it's not even a friendly minion.
For the master.
Just to protect my guy. I don't know how many things, how many mage spells deal specifically 2, or that 1 damage would have mattered. But I guess it protects against like an arcane explosion ping or something. Like he's got to answer this 8/3. It's not too bothersome. It's really not too bothersome. So I guess we're going into Flame Strike turn. So that's a relevant consideration. So do I want to avoid playing into it too much? I think maybe I should trade this in. And then give it a Divine Shield. And not overcommit too much in the case of a Flame Strike. So now our board's really resistant to Flame Strike. That should be pretty good. Deal with this for my opponent. We're currently pushing 15. Okay, bud. Do you have anything else, or am I just gonna trade one of my Divine Shield guys into your poisonous guy? Nope. Don't forget about taunt. Okay. So I can like trade the 2/2 in. And I could like, what, make this into a 3/3 and trade off there, and then just punch for, oh my god, 13, is it?
This is my responsibility.
Yeah, I guess this is fine. Just to keep things reasonably clean. And I'll hit in for 13. And do I want to play out a Bloodfen Raptor? I'm still thinking about like some sort of board clear. Like, my opponent would have played it last turn, so it's very likely we'll see a board clear this turn. So I don't want to commit a Bloodfen Raptor into that. Yeah. That's fine, we got a board clear for a pretty cheap board mana-wise. And now my opponent might not have an answer for this. Like, there could still be a polymorph or something, which would be pretty good for my opponent, but they'll be on 5 mana, and I can drop my 9-drop next turn. Okay, so that's gonna be 1 damage. Too big, right? Not too worried about Mana Worm. So I could trade this in, and so the question is, am I going to trade in or not? And I think I'm compelled to. Like, 7 is a lot of damage to punch face, but I don't want to just die to polymorph, right? Like, that's not acceptable. Fireball face, huh? Ballsy. So hopefully my opponent doesn't have like a polymorph or something. Let's draw a card. Land hands is probably pretty good, but doesn't give us a way to deal with our opponent's Mana Worm. I'll cast it though. I guess I'll play out a Bloodfen Raptor. So that could deal 8 damage. Oh wow, is he pinging into it this turn? So he wants his Dark Reaper to die on board, I guess. Super into that. So that's 8, 9, 12 currently. So it's technically not lethal, but it's hard to imagine that that we're gonna survive this next turn. Okay. So it's not lethal. Okay. So what can we do? If we Aldor what? That? Feels right. We're gonna play this down. We are gonna Aldor the dragon, and I guess my lifesteal guy is gonna die, which feels bad. But it's hard to imagine that there's any real way to keep it alive, right? Yeah, I don't think so. So my opponent couldn't kill me last turn, and they just needed to find 1 damage, and now they need to find 4 damage. So I feel like we are reasonably safe. It's pretty rough, but let's see. I can like give this +3/+3 with this guy. whenever I play a card. So that moves up to 7/7. So 7/7, 10, 9, 12.
Let me think.
Lock 'em up.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
That's what? Can we smack in face 10? No. So I can like
Battle.
do these guys in.
To battle. Last warning. I must move quickly.
Well, again, our opponent wasn't able to deal lethal damage last turn, and they only have one more damage on board this turn. So I imagine they're committed to putting the 2 whelps into my 8/2 unless they somehow drew a fire frostbolt or something. Oh my god. Alright, so give me an equality or something. Nope. Do I divine favor? Yep. Oh, that doesn't draw me a card.
I
Damn.
can't do that. To battle.
That was not the play then. Alright, well, that doesn't really change anything. Could have played that out actually, so it did change things. So this is actually, like, if my opponent can't deal this remaining 2 damage, obviously having the Bone Drake on board would have been really good. I thought that I could have drawn a card with Divine Favor, because apparently I don't understand Divine Favor. Oh my god. You should have pinged that guy, right?
Well played.
Well
You
played.
should have pinged this guy.
Quest accepted.
My opponent had outs. They don't know about outs. You should watch my videos. I'll tell you things like, you could have pinged your own guy, took out a mage spell, like Frostbolt or whatever, and then you could have won, but... Oh well. 1 win.
Uther versus.
Alright. So, after winning a game that
My fury.
I really
will
shouldn't have
fight
won,
with honor.
I can't say I'm super confident. Yeah, I guess it's a playable 3. Which doesn't feel good. Or do I just want to play a 2/2? Yeah. A 1/1 just, like, is bad into his hero power, and it doesn't do anything against almost every card in the game. The 2/2 at least has a chance to play into the, to beat the 3/2 or something. And it doesn't die to the dagger, so... Does this have to hit something? Oh, so I can just play it out as a 3/3, it's an enemy minion. So, do I want a 3/3 or a 2/4 is the question. And... I don't know, the battle cry on this guy is pretty strong. And I've got such a tempo lead that playing a slightly underpowered minion doesn't really feel like it hurts too much. Alright. Well, we can't deal with that yet, so I guess we'll just play out our 4-drop and pass. Aldor does nothing against that.
Speak your peace.
Now Aldor does something against it. So we could Aldor in, and that would allow us to keep one of our 2/4s around. If we do that, then we won't be able to play out our Bittertide Hydra this turn. And I do think we want to do that,
The master.
because our trades aren't that bad. This value trade a lot makes us so that the dagger doesn't trade in well. And an 8/8's just a good thing to play on turn 5. Like, incredibly powerful. And it looks like we're going to curve reasonably. We don't have a good play for turn 7, but who's to say? That makes 2 1/1s, right? Yeah. So, I guess that pairs well with our free drop on turn 7. We should just play down to 6. The 1/1s might be kind of rough into my Bittertide Hydra, but it's hard to imagine we won't have traded it off by the time those become relevant. Like, my opponent has exactly enough to kill off my Bittertide Hydra. I think I'm pretty happy if they're smacking their face in. Okay. So they're leaving good value trades for me. For some reason. I'm not feeling overly worried about the damage from the Bittertide Hydra just because we're getting such an overwhelming board state at this point. So like we can get 9 from the Bittertide Hydra, but frankly, oh, does that change anything? It just eats 2 1-drops and the 5/4 still hits in. So even if they hit for 9, like through Hydra damage, I guess it's 12. I still have the lay on hands. The fan is pretty good. Dragon. And while Lay on Hands is good, I think it's pretty unlikely that my opponent has a way to deal 7 damage. So we should probably just do a tempo play instead. We can like do Lay on Hands plus taunt next turn. Alright. So, do I feel compelled to play Lay on Hands yet? I could just play out my Sleepy Dragon. My opponent doesn't seem to have a good single target removal. But maybe I should be considering that, like, all my opponent needs is a single target, and then I'm dead on board, so I guess this turn I'm actually compelled to play Lay on Hands. Should have played it first though, before that attack. My bad.
The light dims, but we fight.
So this will hopefully just absorb damage.
Go away.
Okay. So I guess we can freeze that, and then what? We'd have 4 mana left over. Is there any other, like, do we have a good 2/5s play? Like, this is a 3/7, plus a 5/5. So 5 plus this trades into the Sleepy Dragon pretty well. Yeah, I guess that's fine. The freeze doesn't seem horribly relevant. So both of my opponent's minions can trade in, but it takes out the 4 free. I guess I should have thought about Cobalt Scalebane. It looks like some sort of grossness is going to happen this turn. So, I could put up the taunt, but it feels like a 412 into a 412, is that really any good? This way, I can maybe get an adaptation like Poisonous or something. +1/+1 is resistant to a backstab or something. Am I worried about another Fan of Knives? I mean, my opponent didn't cast it last turn, but they were doing something weird. We have 5 here, so we can bring this down to a 4/7. Yeah, I feel like we should probably trade these in before something weird happens. It's not like I have some especially good board-wide buff or anything.
Tea is to the king.
Okay. So we don't really have a way to deal with that this turn. I think we better just pop up a taunt. And do I want to trade this in? Does that play against anything? Currently, my opponent can put 7 into here, so that'll take it down to 5. This puts it down to 1, but it like makes it resistant to like, I don't know, backstabs or whatever. It dies to Fan of Knives then. Maybe it's not necessary to make that attack this turn. Guess I should have thought about that.
Once was a man from Gilneas.
Man, my opponent just has the value. Still, I'm happy to see a good rogue deck in Arena. There's so many mages and paladins. So is there any way I can survive this turn? The answer is no. Well played.
The victory is yours.
What? Alright.